Paper does not necessarily assist with the safety aspects of the mine. The staff will go and do the inspection checklist on a vehicle before they can use it. Once they've done that inspection checklist, they can then consider themselves safe to operate. But what often happens is those paper inspections are done manually away from the vehicle that they're supposed to be testing or inspecting. AssetPool has now given us that upfront immediate, you have to be at the vehicle, you have to take photographic evidence of those inspection points on that checklist, and therefore with the photographic evidence we are able to determine that vehicle is actually safe for operating if there is an accident thereafter. So what we do is when we're looking at a seat belt, is the seat belt clipped in, we're taking a photo that was actually operational. We look at tire pressures, tire treads, tires in general, the overall health of a tire. You know, when you look at those type of simple features, fire extinguishers being on the buckies and licensed to operate, if there was a fire, that fire extinguisher can be used and it's not faulty or old, or it hasn't been inspected by a correct company to do so. You know, going back to tires, if a machine needs to brake suddenly in an emergency basis, now your tires have got enough tread to be able to have enough friction between the tire and the floor to be able to brake and stop that, bring that vehicle to a halt in a safely manner. If that wasn't inspected and a vehicle goes with unsafe tires, it could literally skid and not stop, therefore maybe injuring or killing or having other accidents of any other nature. So AssetPool's brought to the front of allowing us to inspect these things correctly, using photographic evidence to report to the people that are responsible for these vehicles. Our core business is to do brake testing. Okay, that's where we started, that was our fundamental business. But with brake testing, as that being as a legal compliance, we, like I said earlier, were approached by a client to say, okay, you're doing a brake test, but what more can you do for me? You've got this machine for 10 minutes or 20 minutes of the day. When you're doing a brake test, can you not give me more to report on? Immediately, we thought that was a paperwork nightmare, because to now try and take a previous checklist book, start ticking that off in conjunction with a brake test, how are we going to report this in a summary format which engineers look for? So that was obviously when we teamed up with AssetPool, and AssetPool gave us that forum to be able to put everything that is a checklist which is correct for the mining industry, put it all onto paper, plus our brake test, and take a photo of our brake test and put that all together, therefore sending out a full inspection report, and then you have a summary on top of it which you can then send to an engineer saying your brake test was completed and passed, your vehicle inspection was completed and passed, and if he needs to dial into those certain aspects, he can go into the inspection tab and then go through those inspection reports and see all his photographic evidence to prove that tires were safe, stop blocks were in, lights were working, hooters working, seat belts are working.